Hello, hello, hello. It's Ask Alma. It's Ask Alma. It's Ask Alma. How y'all doing? I need to see you. Fix it for dinner, or did you fix that cocktail already? Let me know what that is too, because I got mine. I got mine. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Ask Alma. We are excited that you guys are joining us. Can't do it without you. I am so excited to see you on another Tuesday night. Yes, yes, yes. And tonight we have a fabulous panel. You know we do. Come on in, panel. Come on in. Hey, there they are. Yay, yay. Tonight, y'all, we got Robin. Hey, Robin.
Hey, Alma.
Where's your tiara, Robin?
My tiara has been retired until another
next year.
Yes.
Okay.
We got Dee Dee. Y'all know we got Dee Dee.
Hey, everybody.
And some people have nephew Tommy, but I got nephew Donnie.
Hey, nephew Donnie.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
We are so happy to have you here, Donnie. So happy to have you with us tonight. This is going to be a lot of fun. We got Kay on board. Hi, Kay. How you doing?
Hey, Gigi.
We have Gigi. Thank you so much, Gigi, for joining us. That's fantastic. Let me start out with our, hey, you guys, give me a minute. Hi, Tracy. Let's start out with our disclaimer, where we need to tell everybody that we are not psychologists. This is a fun advice show where we give you, hi, Patrice, we give you practical, common sense advice, because some of y'all are, Sharon, I'm so glad you are on. Girl, I was like trying to figure out how to send you a text. I'm glad you made it. I mean, like some of y'all, hi, Mary Lou. Braids Elite. I want to tell y'all, if you need to talk to somebody, you got some serious stuff going on, seriously, we joke about it, but you really need to contact somebody. Now, on the flip side of that is we're going to give you common sense. All of us have a PhD in common sense. Okay. So, we can handle this stuff for you. The question is, can you handle what we tell you?
I hope y'all can handle my comments. I don't mean nothing bad, but I'm gonna say what I think, judged by my experience or whatever. But don't nobody take offense. That's all I'm gonna tell you right now.
That's right. We have it to give to you. So tonight is going to be a fantastic night. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us. I want to thank my fantastic panel, and I am excited to get the night started. Are you guys excited to get the night started?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Yay. Okay, so let's listen to question number 1.
Hi, everyone. My name is Delphia, and I'm here to read 2 questions for you for Ask Alma. Question number 1. Dear Alma, my daughter is 23 and has 2 children already. She is not married, and the kids have different fathers. I thought I raised my daughter better than to have 2 kids so young. Her dad and I separated and then divorced when she was 4. She and I have always had a great relationship. I'm a real estate agent, so although we spent time together, I worked all the time to give us a good life. I thought she would graduate from college, but she came home pregnant, had another one, and now they all live with me. She works and takes classes online and is pulling it all together, so at least I can say she's trying. Here's where things get tricky. The father of my first grandchild is smart, talented, and a professor. He's much older than my daughter, and from what she has described to me, they met, quickly became intimate, and she became pregnant without actually having a relationship with him. I say all this because since he has been visiting his child and we've become more acquainted, I find that I'm attracted to him. He's closer in my age range. We both are established in our careers and have much more in common than he and my daughter. She wants nothing to do with him, whereas I've tried to tell her he's a good man. He and I spend time talking, and we've really connected in a special way. It's been a long time since I've had a special person in my life, and I really like to see where things could progress with him. I really, really enjoy his company. It's just that simple. I'm very interested in starting a relationship with this man, and I think he feels the same. Here's my question. How can I approach this with my daughter?
Well, first thing I want to say. Oh, look, look, not about the question, but she's a guest reader, right?
Yes. Each person who is reading is called a VVR, the volunteer video reader.
Let's get that clear because we don't want everybody thinking that this actual woman is going through this. This is an anonymous question.
Right.
Yes.
So she did a great job reading.
She did a great job.
I was feeling sorry for her, so I was like, wait a minute, that's not actually her question. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and do what y'all do first.
I think Tracy sums it up when she said, "Oh hell."
Halfway through the question. Oh hell.
Let's hear Donnie first.
Yo, I don't think they okay.
Go.
All right.
You need a recap, Donnie? You want me to recap the question or you got it?
I got it. First of all, Ask Alma might not be the place you want to go with this one, but since you're here with that question, you need to make better choices. Your daughter needs to make better choices. This professor needs to make better choices. We all do what we do. We all make mistakes in life, and that's fine. That's cool. But for you to want to even involve yourself with your daughter's father, your daughter's baby's father, it's like what, Monday through Friday he dead, but on Sunday when they go to church he pop. I don't. Like, what is this baby supposed to do?
Right.
You know
Grandpa right.
That's too much.
It's too much.
I'm not going to use the word. I'm not going to use the word because I'm not sure if it physiologically applies. The word starts with an I, ends with a T, but it kind of feels incestuous a little bit. I don't know, but
it's something about it. Right.
So anyway, my advice would be find your own man, find your own lane, help your daughter get through what she has to get through. Keep it moving, but please do not. In my opinion, I would not pursue this avenue because
it's a little nasty.
And to be honest with you, instead of getting involved with this guy, you should have been checking his butt.
For being with your daughter. Exactly. Yeah.
Hey, what you doing messing with my daughter now? Oh, you got pretty eyes. Oh, you so cute.
Right. I thought about that too, Donnie. That was the first thing that crossed my mind.
That's what I thought she was gonna say.
Yeah, that's the first thing that crossed my mind. Yeah.
I'd have been checking dude like, hold up, son, how old are you? What?
Right,
you know
exactly.
And he's a professor, so she went off to college and came back pregnant by the professor. He's lucky he's not in prison, so he would.
I thought she was going to say that she was going to take him to court. I really thought she was going to say something like she was going to ruin his position. It's unethical.
Take him to court. Look, take him to court, not the Outback Steakhouse for dinner.
Or your daughter and your grandbaby under the bus.
Right. So we are thinking, because I guess there are some people who think if the daughter is not interested in this guy, who is an older guy, why would it be off limits for the mother to date them? They weren't married. They just had a one night stand. From what she says the daughter is explaining to her, there was no relationship. There was no like Tracy.
No, Tracy's like, no.
It might not be
Tracy has summed it up. All hell, no. Like it's not even, and I get that there have been occasions that daughters and mothers have shared men for whatever reason, not either intentional or not. But just the idea of it, even considering it. Like he dropped in to see the baby and you eyeing. No, I know it's been a long time for a bunch of us, but you need to find all the men in the world. You can find one that your daughter did not sleep with.
Right.
And it's evidence that she if they met casually on the street and then discovered later, he had been with my daughter.
Right.
But there's evidence that they have been together, and it cries. Yeah. So no,
I think it's so interesting. She says, "I thought I raised my daughter better."
I'm trying to point at her that you right there. I was not gonna bring that into question because I ain't trying.
I thought I raised my daughter better. Come on.
Better.
You gonna smash your baby father, but you think he raised her better? Okay.
Right.
No, sis. No. No.
So there is no way. So we're saying no, you cannot. Because her question, she didn't ask if she said how should I? Right. Yeah. She didn't ask us if she could. She has already made up her mind with that.
How should I approach my daughter to tell her that I'm about to sleep with her son's father?
Yeah.
You don't. I swear to God, where they live at? Because I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna catch her in the driveway and say, "No, baby, no. Let that go."
You know what we haven't considered is he hasn't. We don't know how he would respond to it anyway. He may just say, "Nah, that's okay. I'm not doing that." So she won't even have to make the decision. He'll make it for her.
I don't think so.
You're giving your daughter shelter and her children shelter. The daughter lives with her.
Oh, she did say that, didn't she?
The other thing that I find,
I thought they all live with. Wait, was it all?
Not the guy.
No, not the dad. No.
Yeah, just the daughter and her kids. The other thing that I thought about with this, and maybe I am putting more in it, but I think sometimes middle-aged women, I am a middle-aged woman, so I think I can speak on this for a minute. I don't think he's interested in you. I want to say that to her. I think he may be being kind to you because he is the father of one of your grandchildren, but you shouldn't get that twisted. That is not implying that he likes you. You're the grandmother, and clearly he likes younger women. Like this special thing that you think is happening, I don't think is happening.
Oh, so you saying basically he's just trying to be friendly? No, I'm serious.
Right, he's being kind.
He's trying to establish a relationship so he could be in the baby's life. That might be
family.
That's what I think. Right. Yeah, I don't think he's coming across to her in that way. Like. Yeah. Yeah,
well, we see things the way we want to see them. So she says it's been a long time. She's lonely, and this guy is he's her age. They have things in common. She won't have to work to find someone. He comes by. She doesn't even have to go look for him. He already has the address. All of that. So she's seeing things that perhaps that are not there. But Tracy apparently is on a roll tonight because she just said. He may as well live there if he's sleeping with everybody.
Oh, no. The child doesn't need that confusion.
No.
Right.
Oh,
no. And I also think that
Daddy with grandma?
Say that again, D.
Why is Daddy with grandma?
Right. Did Daddy just come out of grandma's room?
Yeah.
But the other thing is, I could be wrong because I have a son. I don't have a daughter. But I do want to say, Dion said, or he might just be tacky, y'all. He could be, girl. True. That is true.
I think she's fantasizing. I think it's her. I don't think he knows anything about it.
I don't think it's him. And I also want to say to all of the mothers who have daughters, just because a guy is interested in your daughter doesn't mean he's interested in you. It's a big difference between mama and daughter. And I know a lot of mothers who are like, because I do it with my son jokingly. Ooh, I look like I could be your sister. Okay, no, I don't. And I know that. It is a joke when I say it. But I do think some mothers, and I've heard them, they go, can you believe this is my daughter? Yeah, I can. Yes. Don't get it twisted. 20.
It doesn't even matter. If he wanted to climb on top of my head, I would tell him no.
No.
That's my daughter.
Wait, what?
That's my daughter.
What?
You just skate on one side of her and down the other.
Slide up, Donnie, slide down.
I'm one person that I do not need any more ideas, so you need to stop that right now. Turn over here.
Stick with us, Donnie. You'll learn some things. Stick with the ladies.
Stick with us.
What's the name of the dating site for 50 and over? What is it? Is it It's Your Time? She needs to log on to the 50 and over site.
It's Your Time.
I think it's called It's Your Time or something.
There's so many of them. There's a cowboy one, and there's
whatever.
Patrice said, "Why would you want to be your grandchild's stepmother too? Your stepmama and the grandmama."
Right, that's just nasty.
I'm old school. I just get in my car and go to the local bar. I don't know nothing about these sites. I don't know everybody.
But I see it advertised.
That's right, the local bar. That's right.
I might have to make me a profile. I'm gonna talk to y'all after the show.
I'm gonna send you the link, Donnie. You're not old enough yet, though. Although it is some young guys on there.
Hey, but there's some 50 girls that might be interested. So there you go.
Because I
can have a younger man if she wants, just not him.
Right. She said they're the same age, which is a whole nother issue about the daughter having a child by him. But she said that they're the same age and they have all of these things in common. I'm like, just go find somebody.
Did you guys see that? Pam said there's a song called "I'm My Own Grandpa." Oh,
I didn't even see that. I just saw the comments. I told you he's gonna be. He's gonna be pop Monday through Friday, and pop on Sunday. I'm even confused.
This is too much. So our answer to her is we don't have an answer for you because you should not even be inquiring on this subject. Back up and allow your daughter to maintain a decent relationship with the father of her child. And you stick to really good gifts on birthdays and Christmases for your grandchildren.
Leave the house.
Right, because he's not interested in you. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean. He's not interested in you. He doesn't want a relationship with you. And no, you don't remind him of your daughter. Okay, no.
Before, after.
And plus, on top of all that, you the mama.
Right. Yes. You're the mama.
Be the responsible one.
Be the responsible one.
Be the grown up.
Either that or delete that whole part of your first question about you raised her right.
I raised her right.
You did. If you're doing that, it might be some discrepancies in there somewhere.
Right.
Come on, sis.
That was good, panel. That was really good. We got a little bit fired up on that one.
That got me a little wild. Like, what?
I finished my whole drink on that one.
Look. And look. Oh, I can't even run out.
Right, to refill because it's live. So we got to keep going.
So look, my folks just left out the door, so I'm going to call them.
Tell them to come back and re-up.
Come back home, give me some.
Help me out.
Pick me something up.
Right.
Delphia was our VVR for that question.
She read it with.
She did really well.
A lot of
she did
feeling.
really well. We are excited to hear you read the second one. Thank you very much. Let's hear question number 2.
Come on, Rita.
Can't hear her.
We can't hear her.
Volume.
Where my man at? Come on, Big, don't get it right.
He tries to stay anonymous.
Yeah, I was gonna say we don't talk about the producer.
Well, let me say, come on, producer.
Aretha Franklin. You can't mention the producer.
Oh my God.
Or Aretha.
Hey,
okay, it's a question.
Dear Alma, I know this may sound mean, but I can't stand my sister's son. He's 3 years old, and he talks back and never listens to what I tell him to do. He comes to my house and breaks up my stuff, and she just sits there like nothing is happening. She doesn't even say stop. When I try to correct him, she says, "Don't talk to my son like that." No, I don't have any kids, but I have friends who have kids, and they are not as bad as he is. I don't want her to bring him to my house anymore. How do I tell this to my sister and not end our relationship, or at least have her take me seriously?
Wow.
Oh, that's
Okay,
easy. I'm gonna let y'all do this.
Okay, we're going to recap on this one.
Okay.
This lady is writing us because her nephew is bad, pretty much. And the sister doesn't say anything. And then she tells her sister, "Don't correct my son," when they're at her house. So she's saying, I'm not trying to, have it out with my sister, but I don't like him and I'm not sure what to do about this situation. So panel, what do you think? Dee Dee, the teacher. Let's start with you, Miss Dee Dee.
I think we need to look here, Donnie. I think we need to. I think the way I would phrase it is it's not that I don't like the child. I don't like the child's behavior. But he can't come in my house and tear up my stuff. So I can come visit y'all and you can let him run amok in your house, but he can't come to my house. And if that means you won't come without him, then you can't come either.
You would really bar your nephew from your house?
I have.
Yes, woman. Yes.
I have.
100%.
I have a family member that, in fact, I told my students about this and they were like, "How petty. That was 12 years ago." Yes, it was. But there's certain things that happen and don't happen in my house, and it happened. And so that child is not allowed in my house anymore.
Ooh, really?
Yes, that makes sense. But wait, my thing is, that's true. I agree with that. So, oh my God, so much.
I love the child. I see the child. We've gone out to dinner. We've socialized in other settings, but that person is not allowed in my house anymore.
And after that,
it's been for 12 years.
Don't call me to babysit. Don't call me to do none of that until you learn how to discipline your child. Now, I'm gonna tell you something about that. Most people, especially Black people, don't want nobody saying nothing to their kid. I mean, that's just a general understanding that we all kind of have.
I think that's generational.
No, listen, hold on, wait. Look, I wrote all this down. Look, I'm telling you, even with the first question, every question that we're gonna have tonight, it came back to being generational. Now, if you think about it, just think back, just say, just random numbers, say 150 years ago. The generational gap used to be 40, 50, 60 years. And the changes came 40, 50, 60 years. And as time went on, it went from that to 20, 30 years. Now, with this social media and this internet, the generational gap has closed so much. You're looking at 10, 15 years, and you got changes that's happening that we can't even control. Right. They're happening so fast. By the time the kids are teenagers, it's done changed again. So we got to keep a close grasp on these kids and what we doing and what we saying to them in order to keep them in line. Because a lot of these young women that are having babies now, they so busy. I will get up and twerk and all that. They so busy doing all that. They so busy doing that, they not paying attention to the kid that's standing right there watching them do it.
Yeah.
So it's a thing with the generational gap and having a hold on your kids. Now, I was lucky. And I tell everybody in my family, I don't know how, I hate to bring my own personal stuff in, but my kids grew up with me, single father, since my daughter was 6 months, and my son was 3 years old. My wife passed away, but they were with me. And everybody tells me growing up, like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, thank you, appreciate this. Always, everybody loves my kids, but I never knew where it came from. And they was like, man, it came from you. Because they've been with you all this time.
Right.
They've been with you. And you wouldn't tolerate certain things.
You got to teach them. So if you the aunt, if you the aunt that wrote this letter,
right,
find time to get that child by yourself.
Exactly.
And teach that child what she not teaching him.
Right. That was my answer. That was my answer, Donnie. That it is not, you cannot put him out, and whatever your sister is doing, that's what your sister is doing. But to me, it's her responsibility to establish a relationship with him. And if she turns out to be the one that's the disciplinarian, then let it be.
Well, I agree with that, having a relationship with the child. That wasn't the question. The question was, should I let that child at my house? If I can establish a relationship with my nephew and teach him how to behave in my space, then he would be welcome to do that. But if she's telling me I can't have that kind of conversation with him, then he can't come.
But I still think that she should. Right, she can take him to the park, but I still think it is her responsibility to do that. That's just my opinion. Like, we all have different opinions. I think what will happen is, I'm sure, because I've done it, they won't want to be around you, and you won't really have to worry about not having them come to your house, because you've established your ground rules and what's going to happen when you come to my house.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Donnie.
When you teach a child at a young age, most children crave the knowledge to know right or wrong. Yes. They crave discipline.
Yes.
If you never give it to them, they don't know. So they want to just do whatever pops into their heads or whatever they see. Mm-hmm. So you gotta embed that in them at that young age.
I think so. And I think, like, he will think, oh, when I go to Aunt Alma's house, because all my nieces and nephews, I hope they on here comment. Because there's certain things you're gonna do at Aunt Alma's and certain things you're not. To the point that they go, oh, we gotta go to Aunt Alma's. We don't want to go to Aunt Alma's. Because that's just the way it is. You're gonna eat at the table. You're not gonna eat all over the house. And if you got some other stuff to do in the other room, go do it. Come back, your plate will be sitting on the table. I thought it was hilarious.
But the question is, before you go on, Alma, but the question is, have you had any, when you teach them how to behave in your house, have you had any of the parents say to you, you can't tell my kids that? No.
I don't care what the parents say.
But you would, but that is not even a consideration.
Right. See, I nip it off at the bud. When parents want to bring their little toddlers here, I always say, absolutely, but Auntie Robin doesn't tolerate a whole lot of foolishness, and Auntie Robin will lay hands on children if they don't want to listen to Auntie Robin.
You can never lay hands on Josh.
You can stay, but the child has still got to listen to you, because this is my house. Right. If you don't want to motivate your child to behave in my house, you can motivate them elsewhere.
Accountability. Thank you, baby. Accountability.
Yes. But I do think that I think there is enough in this for this woman to have the hard conversations with her sister. Because sometimes we do disagree on how people should raise their kids.
Absolutely.
So if you break it, you bought it. You said
that. I would ask that sister.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. That was hilarious.
I would ask that sister, what happened that we got raised by the same people?
Right.
And you've decided to take such a different path.
It could be a difference in age, Robin, because I know my sister Kim was 8 years older than me, and she was a certain way with Joshua, and I was like, oh wait, that's not what the book said. You can't feed him until he's 29 weeks, 2 days, and 4 hours.
I especially don't have a problem with that, especially for first-time mothers. You give them a whole lot of latitude on wanting to do things their own way. Seriously. But when a child is out of control, disrespectful, breaking things, those are common denominators that have to be established within a family real early. I really believe if you start at 3, 2, 3, by 5, you don't have to lay hands on your child. You shouldn't have to.
Oh my gosh! So you are saying that you would pop a 2-year-old?
No.
Oh,
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
this before. I never got whoopings.
I'm saying that
who never got whoopings?
I know, Johnny. My husband says he is suffering because of it every day that he's married to me.
Mama, you change your story every other day. You said Carol got after you, and then you.
Yeah, she got it. No. That was one time my mother did punch me in my face when I was 16 years old.
It wasn't a pattern.
I came home from the football game. Ooh, Lord, I was high. I ain't even gonna tell y'all what I rolled up in there.
Wait a minute. Is this something that we're gonna regret?
No, I was 15. No, I was 15. It's over with now.
We all done what we done.
I rolled up in there. Carl said, "Excuse me." I was like, "What?"
What?
Next thing I see her bust me in my face. She said, "What?"
Oh, you know what?
She said, "This won't happen. Now this is your last time, your first and your last time. You're not gonna roll up in here like that."
Right.
Back then, it was that simple. It wasn't like a socially conscious issue. Back then, it was you in my house. Bam. If you gonna do that again, you take your ass in your head.
She punched my high out.
There you go.
I wasn't even high no more after. I was like, oh my goodness, did she punch me in my face? Although, one other good thing about it, I was so mellow because I didn't lose a tooth. Because had I not, I probably would have tensed up. She might have knocked something out. But no, she was like, we're not having this. Now, y'all know my dad, Reverend Martin. He ain't gonna let nobody beat his baby girl. What you talking about?
I'm not saying you have to beat 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds. The woman said the mother sat there and said nothing.
Oh, I've seen that before. Haven't you seen that?
That's not gonna work.
In a restaurant. I've been in a restaurant. I have been in a restaurant where I wasn't even the aunt or at the table with the family.
I have stood up and said
Me too.
You need to go back over there and sit down.
Get your kid.
Get right. Well, I said to the kid, get up off the floor and go back over there. Yes.
I have to.
Yes.
I have. Well, you know me anyway. But look, I have been in a situation with friends who I'm not gonna say what they did, but I've seen things growing up, on the street and all that type thing. And I have gotten into it with numerous females, numerous dudes about their child actually got in fist fights a couple of times because of what their children was doing. And it just hurt me to my soul. It is before I was even a father. So I'm like, come on, you can't let that, come on, man. You don't
right. Exactly.
Man, I'm talking about, I seen a child, and I think he was like 6 years old. She gave him a blunt delight. Man, I went off. I started to call the people, but I was like, I ain't no snitch, right? But I ended that situation.
But Donnie, that's part of when we talk about the generational differences is that, when we were coming up, if there was an adult present, the adult handled it.
It didn't
matter who it was. And that's what you're bringing to the table.
Right,
that perhaps the people that you
parents.
Right.
And then
before you got home,
they knew.
Listen, I almost got hit by a car once on my bicycle.
Right.
And I was so terrified that that stranger was going to find my house, find my mother, tell my mother I was riding the street and I was going to be in trouble.
Right.
That I went home, washed my bike, and parked it for a week because I didn't want it on the street in case he saw me again.
Right.
Because the notion that an adult would handle it was very much embedded in me. Now, right.
My next door neighbor, I mean, just to piggyback on what you said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
My next door neighbor was a paraplegic. He drove his car with his cane. And my grandmother and grandfather told me, do not shoot out of alleys into the street. So I'm coming shooting out the alley. Paraplegic. Luckily, took that cane and hit that brake and just tapped me, like, just a little tap. Guess where he lived at? His people lived there right next door to me. I was more terrified of what was going to happen when he went and told my grandparents of getting hit. So I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Right.
That's how it used to be.
And when I say that, I tell parents that I love small children, especially small children. They're so sweet and they're so fun. And I love to have them sleep over and make pancakes and all of that kind of stuff with them. But I do tell parents ahead of time, I love children, but they are not going to run my house. Right. And if you have a problem with me disciplining your child, then don't bring them here.
Yeah.
Well, Gail says the mother needs to nip it in the bud now, or someone in a uniform will.
That's true. Later. That's right.
Same thing with me.
Yeah.
I had the greatest grandparents. I didn't have parents. They fell off and never came back. But my grandparents raised me, and all the values that my children have now, I got from my grandparents.
Grandparents. Absolutely.
I was a lunatic. I've been in and out of trouble my whole life, pretty much until I got a certain age. But I learned what I did learn, and I'm the person I am now. Once I got a hold of it, was because of my grandparents.
Right. But the other thing, Donnie, whatever they instilled in you, it left a good heart. There are a lot of people who do a lot of different things, but bottom line is, if you have a decent heart, then you can pretty much get through anything and recognize what you did wrong and try to straighten it out. I think when it comes to kids, I know my thing with children is because personally, and a lot of family members who are on this link know, I was pregnant 6 times. I have 1 child. I have Joshua. So when it comes to kids, I don't care if they bad, good, hanging over with one ear. I'm all over all of them.
That's why you always done that daycare.
I know,
but you also recognize that a lot of the things that kids do, they learned it.
They learned it.
They're not born with that.
No, they are not.
The child.
Yeah,
I'm not angry that they have not been disciplined by their parents.
Right.
And I'm more than happy to. When I say I'm more than happy to, I'm more than happy to try to explain.
Right.
She got a belt back there somewhere.
Oh, there's a belt in the closet.
Let me explain something to your children.
No. I'm not going to jail. No. The belt was for mine.
For your boy. This conversation reminds me of one time Josh and I were at the mall. Do y'all remember, like, it was this big thing where
Joshua would tell you he loved coming to stay with Aunt Robin.
Absolutely. Yes. He told me he loves watching you on the show more than me. So I really know that it has carried on past the times that he spent at your house. But this conversation reminds me of, you guys remember when kids were doing those gang fights at the mall for some odd reason. And so Josh and I were at the mall, and we were up on the 2nd floor, and some kids started fighting this one child on the 1st floor. And instinctively, I don't even think I thought about it. I yelled over, "Stop it!" Like, stop it.
The same thing.
And people were just kind of like gathering, watching. I went running, and Josh is going, "No, Mom," because he's a teenager. "No, Mom, please, no." And I run down there, and I'm pushing the teenagers off the boy on the ground. You're not going to kick him. Stop kicking him. And after I thought about it, I thought, oh, I could have put myself in harm's way. But I didn't even think about that when I saw all of them on this one kid. It was almost like you just had to jump in and do something, because all of these adult people are standing around and nobody's doing anything. Like they're like standing there or videotaping.
Of kids now, and I'm not going to be scared.
I'm not going to be scared of a child. No,
I'm not going to be scared of a child.
I'm not either.
And I correct them when I'm out in public. If I'm on public transportation, they start cussing and acting a fool. I'll just walk up and say, you know what, you're really not respecting yourself.
You know what I say
and I
to
leave
them,
them
Robin?
with that.
And if you know what I usually say, I go, "Oh, you are so cute. Why are you talking like that?" Or if it's a girl, I go, "Oh, you are so pretty. Why are you talking like that?" Or I'll say, "Ooh, I'm the grandma, right? You ain't supposed to talk like that in front of your grandma." I'll make some kind of gesture or something like that, and then, keep walking, because I was take public transportation to work every day. Dee, glad you're back.
She's back. Our educator is back.
And our mommy. Educator and mommy.
And I broke up a fight too, right over there, Plaza Del Mercado. Kids letting out of the junior high, spilling out of the junior high. They go into the little Asian man's barbershop, tearing up. And I just going into CVS, and E was with me. And I went in there. I said, "Get out of this store." And the Asian man was like, he was on the phone about to call the cops. And I was calling them out. "Girls out here fighting. What is wrong with you?" And he was like, "Mama."
Hey, they ain't need no police. They ain't need no police. They got a strong black woman in there. They ain't need no police.
That is the po-po. Here she comes.
Hey, wait. I'm gonna tell you something like this. Back when I was out there in the streets, once you heard a black woman say, "Don't get your ass out of here,"
That's it.
Who was that?
Who mama said that?
That's so true. So we have differences of opinion on this question. I think that the nephew should be able to come and the mama shouldn't. But that's just whatever.
You gonna let the nephew come and not the mama?
Yes, because I think the nephew would be fine without his mama. If he is acting that way in front of his mama, to me, his mama is the problem.
You often see kids where you say they're so well behaved when you take them places, and then they get around the parents and cut up. That's that's not uncommon. So I'm sure that child will come to your house, Alma, and be a saint.
Check the mama.
Yeah, because we're gonna have a lot of stuff to do. First of all, we have an ice cream cone first. And then I want to know what game you want to play. And if I don't know how to play it, teach it to me. What they're doing. Tell me about it. Which button turn it on, baby? How you turn it on? So, and a lot of times to me, it's attention. They want somebody.
That's what they want.
Can you just focus on me? Not your cell phone, not your whatever, not Facebook. Just focus on me. My grandbaby told me, "Grandma, I love to come to your house because I do whatever I want." Now, if you're 6 years old and you didn't figure that out, I'm 56 years old and want to go somewhere where I can do whatever I want to.
The thing is, your grandbaby is not in a place where
she's not disrespectful.
You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like thank God the wings have been lifted for a minute, respectfully.
Yes.
Not like nothing crazy, you know what I'm saying?
And that too, to me, was an indication that she's not doing everything she wants at home or anywhere else. Because clearly
we're supposed to be with grandma.
Hey, should none of these little kids be doing anything they want?
Not at your parents' house.
No.
Grandma house is a safe haven. So you get a little bit more leave. It's always been like that. It's always been like that.
That's right.
Well, grandmothers are the devil, because my mother would allow my son to do stuff in my house that she wouldn't have allowed us to do ever.
And what's your point?
Never at all.
And what's your point, Didi? I don't see where you.
Well, I guess listen, I'm not angry, but 6 years ago you would have said the same thing, and you don't understand what I'm saying. But I remember getting a picture of my son sitting in the middle of my coffee table. And I said to my mother, first of all, how'd he get up there? Second of all, why is there proof of that? Like, you took a picture of my son sitting in the middle of my coffee table.
No, that was for you. That was for you.
I know.
That had nothing to do with your kids.
I know, right? I know.
She did that for your ass. She was like, remember that time you broke my coffee table?
No, I don't. Because we didn't sit in the living room. There was no way for me to break the coffee table.
Oh,
That
it was
no
off limits. Don't go in the living room.
Room for us. There was no. My mother bought beautiful furniture, and then the next day they came and put plastic seat covers on it. And I still couldn't sit on it.
I want you to call your mama after this show and ask her, was that a personal message to you? Because I believe it.
Sharon says she's soft now. That's true, Sharon. We all soft now. We all soft.
That's what it is.
Okay, guys, we're gonna go. We got about 15 minutes.
Okay, so Alma, sum up. What did you write, or what did you tell the person?
In the answer to the column that I wrote, I told her that it was her responsibility to build a relationship with her nephew, whatever that was, and that whatever she didn't like, and that part of the conversation needed to be addressed to her sister. I totally disagreed that he should be barred from her house. He should never feel like he can't come to his aunt's house, in my opinion, especially as a little boy. Now, if he's an older boy stealing your TV, that's another question. But I mean, he's a little boy. So my issue, I told her the issue is with her sister, not her nephew. Yeah. And to have that hard conversation with her sister and to start disciplining him at her house, and everything would be fine. And I will upload the answer to that question, actually, Robin, so you and everybody else can see it. Because, yeah, I mean, I have a nephew, and I thought, no, you're not going to bar him from your house because he's a kid and nobody's paying attention to or teaching anything.
I'm going to leave that one alone. I sit on the front porch.
He said he'll sit him on the front porch.
I would sit out there with him. Like, you know you ain't going in the house, right?
You know you ain't going in.
You know you ain't going in here.
But yes, that's what I said.
Look, your mama just got her stimulus, so you know damn well she can't pay for my furniture.
Just got her stimmy.
She can't pay for my furniture. You sitting outside with me. I'm in my damn breaking my damn stuff.
I was hoping that Dee would be on here before question number 3, but we're running out of time. So we're going to start playing it, and then I'll recap for her when she gets on board. Question number 3.
Oh, it's a guy.
Dear Alma, we have a situation in my house that we have not been able to resolve. I served our country and retired after 30 years in the military. My wife and I are up in age and have all our affairs in order. We have one daughter who is our life's joy, and she's been instructed on what to do at every turn. Except when it comes to our burials, my wife has requested that she be cremated and have her ashes tossed over the waves off the Hawaii Island. I would like for my wife to be buried by my side at Arlington National Cemetery. My wife shares your column with me weekly. Alma, what advice do you have for us?
Okay, y'all. So we want to thank our. You missed the question.
Recap for me. Don't play it again. Just tell me.
Okay. That was Robert Arrington, my cousin. Thank you. He read our VVR question for the week. Detective, retired. Anyway. You might know him, Donnie. He was a DC police officer. He could have arrested you at some point. No, just
Hey, look. She's not lying.
He looks familiar.
She's not lying. When
I'm messing with Donnie. Y'all know I'm messing with Donnie.
She's not lying. When they came to my house, when my district came to my house, they knew my name. They knew what kind of car I drove. They knew my grandpa's name, my mother's name. They knew me.
I'm messing with Donnie.
They knew me.
So we are recapping because he don't know you. You weren't bad when he was doing it. Anyway, the recap meeting is he and his wife have all of their affairs in order. They have a daughter, and she has been given instructions. The thing is, when the wife dies, she wants to be cremated and she wants her ashes thrown out on the waves in Hawaii. And he is retired military, so he has a spot for both of them at Arlington National Cemetery. Mm-hmm. And he wants the wife beside him at Arlington National Cemetery. Mm-hmm. And I do want to plug, y'all know Gil has a spot at Arlington National Cemetery too. That's where we're going to be. Y'all ain't got to come see us. I'm just saying that's where we're going to be.
I'll be there.
Okay, come and bring me on Mother's Day, bring me some flowers. Although I'm thinking I'd rather my ashes be thrown like that woman.
Yeah, me too.
Because I love Hawaii. But like, what do you do if a couple doesn't agree on the final of what they're doing? Now, let me add this because it was hilarious. I am not going to name him. I know he's watching. Someone, because we post the Ask Alma questions when we post the promo to watch the show. I had a friend call me this evening and say, you're only married until death do you part.
Oh my God. Right. It's right there. It's right there.
Exactly right. That is exactly right.
Let me read what I wrote. I swear I heard you out. Hey, where is it at? Okay, real quick, I wrote this sentence when you sent me the questions. I wish I had that kind of love to want to be or plan to be buried beside my wife, but till death do us part, my brother, at some point you got to let go.
Like it's not.
It's right there. It's right there. I swear my hands to God, I wrote that earlier.
So Donnie, you all in the till death do you part too, huh?
I'm saying my point was though, if you got that kind of love and you with that woman and y'all together, that final wish should not impede. I mean, that it should be whatever she wants.
That's right. Give it to her.
If you still alive and she dies, and that's what she wants, you gotta do that. And if you're gone,
Tracy says it. Tracy says, I think it's a personal decision.
Hold on. If the dude is gone first, then she gonna be in the ocean anyway. So why not ride them waves together? I think they should ride them waves together. Both of them should be in the ocean.
So you saying if he dies first, that she doesn't have to?
She gonna do what she gonna be in the ocean.
What she wants to do, she doesn't.
She gonna be there with the fishes. She gonna be in the ocean. That's it. She gonna be in the ocean.
Everybody should get their final wish.
Yes.
If it's written and it's stated and they've discussed it, they should get their final wish.
My only thing was as a respect to his service though. So that's why I kind of, but I know that's his wish, but
we ain't in Egyptian's times, okay? The Pharaoh doesn't get to say,
this man served our country. This man served
our country for 30 years. He wants her by his side.
Well, that is so sweet.
But he served this country for 30 years, so if he wants to be with the rest of his fallen brothers, maybe they can split it in half. I don't know how they gonna do it.
Oh my Lord.
You know what? They could bury her ashes. They could put some of her ashes in the grave site next to him. And
you're still saying that his desire
outweighs hers.
And that's not right.
Okay.
I said she should be in the ocean where she want to be.
Demeen, that's a good one. Demeen said, ask the daughter if she wants to be with the
next
dad.
to daddy.
That wasn't the question.
Well, because it's on top. It's two people in one.
I've been trying to point at her all day. She right. Hey, okay. Oh, you got it. She got it.
I say this, Alma. I just recently buried my mother, and her decisions were written in the will. And when you're dealing with that kind of thing, and I'm the daughter, I'm the only child. So when you're dealing with whatever that person wants, even if it's not what you want for them, you've got to respect their wishes.
But I understand that daughter to mama, but husband and wife, not what?
He doesn't get to supersede her wishes. If she says, I want to be buried in this happy birthday tiara with my mink coat. Can you give me my coat, please?
Well,
I've seen your mink coat and your birthday tiara.
We don't bury you with the mink coat.
Hey, look, to the person that asked this question, it seems like y'all do have an earthly bond that most actually long to have.
It does.
But what I'm gonna say is this: when it's over, it's over. Face the truth and put me in the ocean.
Did he go there? Okay, D, back up. D, do back up. You got soprano? I got tenor.
Oh no. We only have a few more
that.
Hey, who's that? Was that
We
supposed
will
to be Larry?
all of the crowd if I start singing. Okay, so y'all go ahead and do your thing.
Was that supposed to be Larry Brown? I can't remember who made that song.
I never heard that song.
I thought you made it up.
I thought you made
did
it
too.
up.
No, I ain't make that up. Larry made that song. Face the truth.
In the ocean.
What year was that, Donnie?
I'm telling you.
Larry,
look it up.
Hold up. And when it's time to say your last goodbye. Y'all older than me. Y'all don't know this song.
No.
Oh my God.
No.
Be Larry
And
Graham,
if anybody in the can somebody comment and tell us that was Larry Graham?
Look, I was Googling. I was like, who sing that song? I can't think who sing it.
See, I thought you made it up. I was giving you all the props.
I did too.
Made up the song.
That's a song, man. That's a song, man.
She floating in the ocean and all of that. I was like,
Gail
okay.
Arrington says, nope.
Hey,
and Gail can sing. Gail can sing.
She can sing.
Hey, this is a podcast. This is not American Idol, okay?
That was good, Donnie. I thought it was good.
I wasn't trying to
Donnie was bringing us flavor, okay?
That's right. Donnie was bringing us flavor.
I wasn't trying to sing. I was just making a point.
Sharon gave you a 10. Okay, man.
Wait a minute, Sharon.
See? I gave you a 10 too. Hey.
Hey, I do want to say rest in peace. I want to say rest in peace to DMX, man. That was my man. I met him a few times. That's my man.
I am sorry to say I realized I only have heard one of his songs.
It's okay.
That's all right.
It's not about the music. He did
it really wasn't about all. I mean, his music was great, but he was a total person to be.
I was concerned about myself because I really am sad to say I knew nothing except for y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
You probably know more than you know. I mean, you know more than you know. You've heard songs, you just don't like know the names.
No, she didn't.
No, I don't. No, I don't. No, really, yeah, because I have listened to music with no words for a long time. A long time.
In the spirit of DMX, we got Tanisha, D, Robin, and Alma. I met them all once at ice cream parlor. Listen to this.
You guys, our hour is almost up.
Wait, hold on. So what did we decide about the man and his wife? First of all, it's illegal to just throw ashes anywhere. So you got to be real careful. Yes, you can't just. There are places where you can't bury pets in your backyard.
Donnie, what you do? See, Donnie?
Places.
I see it on TV all the time. Grey's Anatomy and all.
TV.
I threw my mother.
I didn't know it was illegal.
I was just riding around the city just throwing my mother.
There are places where you need permits or you need permission, or it is illegal for you to just toss people's ashes.
I didn't know that.
And you have and like you can't bury your pets in your backyard. There are certain states where that's not allowed.
That's like
Jewish story is back
even goldfish. What about the goldfish?
Goldfish will, for the most part, disintegrate and you won't know it was there. But you buy a house, you decide to put a pool in, and you find Fido and the other four. That's a problem. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to.
We will say to that couple. What's the law, Donnie?
It's like that law. You can't have a goat and milk it on sectional property on the side of the other people's. It's like that. Them laws that don't even. Them laws don't even count no more.
Some places, if you get caught blowing ashes, someplace they will cite you. Yes.
Wow. I didn't know that.
It ain't DC or Maryland.
It probably is. They just don't care.
The Pope is not really down with the ashes being scattered. He ain't really with cremation, but if you have to do that, he's like, don't scatter the ashes.
That's the money he want people to be buried.
So they cannot
put weddings. There's all kinds of rules that we don't, we don't really pay attention to.
We do anyway.
Right.
So I think the answer that we are going to give that very nice gentleman is he should respect her final wishes, whatever they may be.
Yeah, figure it out.
And I'm really glad that you guys that they read Ask Alma and watch the show. So thank you for that. It was a joy tonight. Tonight was so much fun. I have laughed so hard, my eyes hurt.
It was fun.
Donnie, it was a pleasure to have you on here, nephew Donnie.
Good job, Donnie.
Nephew Donnie. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. So everybody who commented, we'll try to answer you guys and go back in there and say hello. Jackie, Gail, Kay, Tracy, everybody, Demeen, Ayana. Hey, thank you guys for watching, Sharon. We love y'all. And we're going to see y'all next Tuesday. Thank you for joining us and have a great night. Bye.
See y'all later.
I don't have no music outro.